We often think of strength as something hard. A wall. A weapon. A sharp edge. A thorn. But nature offers us a strange contradiction. The cactus does not survive because it is hard. It survives because it has learned how to protect something vulnerable. Look at these spines. Thousands of them. Each one pointing outward, creating a boundary between the cactus and the world. And yet, hidden among all that sharpness, there is softness. Almost like little clouds. Perhaps this is something we do as human beings too. The older we become, the more defenses we accumulate. We learn when to speak and when to remain silent. Whom to trust. Whom not to trust. Where to draw a boundary. Sometimes we call this wisdom. Sometimes we call it experience. And sometimes, perhaps, it is simply the scar tissue of having been hurt before. We become a little more guarded. A little more difficult to reach. A little more covered in thorns. But here is the question. What are all those thorns protecting? Perhaps the very thing we have spent our lives trying not to expose. Our tenderness. Our vulnerability. Our capacity to love. Our need to be understood. And maybe this is why some of the strongest looking people we encounter are surprisingly gentle once we get past their defenses. The cactus gives us another lesson, too. Its spines are not there to attack the world. They are simply there to establish a boundary. And perhaps there is a difference between being defensive and having boundaries. One says, "Stay away from me." The other says, "You may come closer, but come with care." Look at the photograph again. There is almost no empty space. Spines cross spines. Cacti overlap one another. Everything is crowded together. And yet each little sphere has its own protective geometry. Perhaps that is what life is like. We live surrounded by other people, other expectations, other demands, other forms of love. And somewhere within that crowded existence, we are constantly trying to answer one question. How close can I let the world come without losing the softness within me? Maybe maturity isn't becoming thornless. Maybe it is learning where the thorns belong, and where they don't. Because the goal isn't to become so protected that nobody can touch us. And it isn't to become so vulnerable that everything can wound us. Perhaps the goal is something more subtle. To remain soft without becoming defenseless. The cactus doesn't choose between strength and tenderness. It carries both. And perhaps that's the real wisdom hidden in this photograph. The strongest protection is not the absence of softness. It is the ability to protect your softness without losing it.